Tens of thousands on my right, thousands by my side. War between good and evil, watching our fists collide. Battle for our freedom now, to the streets we ride. Flags waving all around, pages full of pride. This is where we make a stand, no more give or take. March around the Capitol, storm the city gates. Putting pressure on their necks until the truth breaks. All walls of corruption, take out all the snakes. Star Spangled Banner, got it playing loud and proud. People from all walks of life filling up the crowd. Defend the Constitution, many warriors have vowed. Casting down any among us who have bucked and cowed. Enough with tyranny, we come to take our country back. For all citizens, white, red, brown, or black. Return her to a form of glory, fix their bloody crack on the crown. Fetch it down, it's going down.
My mama told me, yeah, she warned me that this day would come. I'm like my father, go to combat with the blazing guns. I survived that, then I came back to the place I'm from to face off all these haters and the battle in the place I love. You can't break me down, I'm indivisible. You still see my raps if I was invisible. But I'm standing tall, and I spit the truth. So you all appalled, cause you know it's true. They call it freedom cause the fallen troops pay for this. I love this country, doesn't matter how much hate I get. I take my colors in the battle, ain't no wavering. Cause this is for my warriors who marching to the cadences. This is for the sisters working hard on the ship. This is for the brothers getting y'all doctorate. Father, yeah, taking y'all on the ship. Baby, tell me why it's off of the Patriot.
Terry Crews. I feel like Terry Crews. I became a target all simply for my views. I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Yeah, Terry Crews. I questioned BLM and that's all it took. Now they call me Uncle Tom, you ever read the book? I'm seeing black supremacy everywhere I look. Exposed the whole agenda, dog, and I left them shook. They coming for my head, now I'm speaking out. On the road to equality, ain't no different route. From Don Lemon and others putting words in my mouth. To the gatekeepers I still don't know anything about. That's the hard truth within the black race. Typecasted as a white man in black face. So they label me a traitor, a disgrace. That's why nowadays I feel like Terry Crews. I feel like Terry Crews. I became a target all simply for my views. Stand on my beliefs, dog, that is what I chose. That is what I chose. Never back it down, and even if I lose, never take it I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Oh, well. Terry Crews. I became a target all simply for my views. I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Terry Crews. I'm ringing the alarm, time to wake up. 40 acres, lot of ground for us to make up. All this violence that we see, we need to break up. And understand that we all got a cross we can take up. But usually our community in this situation is cause we seeking unity without communication. We sprinkle in the media and their misinformation. And now we got communism running out through the nation. Talking about defunding all the police. Got us marching, yelling no justice, no peace. Out here looting black businesses and slowly becoming the very thing that we said we are opposing. Wow. I swear we all just need a mirror. It's 2020, y'all, and it couldn't be any clearer. And if I tweet some things, I'm hoping they be a trigger to make you reconsider. I feel like Terry Crews. I feel like Terry Crews. I became a target all simply for my views. I'm willing to go and die on this hill. Terry Crews.
My thing is, in the black race, in black America, we have gatekeepers. We have people who have decided that who is going to be black and who is not.
Oh, man. Yeah. Ryan's in here, too. He's silent, though. Yeah.
This one for my aces, came from different bases, traveling them places, yeah, conquering the nations. Ain't no rocket science, but chemistry what made us. Keep on dropping hits till they know we the greatest, yeah. Everything is alright. In the studio, we be all night. Everything is alright. In the studio, we be all night. We been flying, look out, beat though. People trying too much ego. I can take them out solo like Greedo. We been flying, look out, beat though. People trying too much ego. I can take them out solo like Greedo. Close, never been an iota. On another level, top flow, below us. Ultralight beam me up, deep flow. Better retreat from these space force. Close, never been an iota.
Buddy Christ.
My head hurts.
Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. We are the two kings of the Rube Empire. I am the mad scientist, the philosopher king, the ivory tower, Matt, and I've got a perspective on things.
I'm so pissed I can't cognitively introduce myself with any rational ability.
I'll do it. You're looking at the Iron King. You're looking at the Ebony Rampart. That's right. It's the strong one, Ray, in the house. And he's also got a perspective on things.
Ray!
And then we're going to kick it to
The Duke.
the kick-ass.
The clean,
First of all,
shaven
Duke,
Duke.
listen to me. I'm
The
pissed.
beardless wonder.
Wait.
I'm pissed.
Nobody can see you yet because things got screwed up when we added Ray at the last minute. So,
I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, man, we're just glad
just
to have
pissed.
you on.
All right, give it to Dusty. Let's give it to Dusty.
Yeah, the beardless wonder. He's back. I got rid of the beard, but not the opinions. The opinions are still there. I'm still going to give you a full show.
I like it. Matt, I think you lost me for 1 second. I think on the live stream in YouTube right now, you can't see my sexy face or Dusty's sexy face right now, but that's irrelevant because they can look at your absolutely manicured, beautiful scalp and that beard job. So I got to give props to that.
It's absolutely glorious.
That look itself literally will get 100 extra views just from that sexiness. So that's all I'm going to say about that whatsoever. I'm back. I can see myself now on YouTube. So checking.
Yay!
I just want to say one thing, boys.
But you can't see Dusty for some reason. So weird.
Yeah, what is that? Why is
I
that,
have no
Dusty?
idea.
Show me your face, Dusty. Dusty.
It's probably
No?
Streamlabs being weird.
I messed it up, boys, because I jumped in on this late. Are we doing a grid together? Is that what we're doing? Were we doing a jungle
better?
together? That was pretty cool. I was feeling that, man. I was feeling that.
That was weird. I don't like that.
Yeah. Boys, can we talk? Can we talk like men? Can we talk amongst ourselves like men tonight?
Yes, we can.
Can we, Ray?
I'm. Here's the thing. I don't want to rage. Okay, I don't want to be that guy. Okay,
But
I don't
you
want
are that
to.
guy.
Listen, I don't want to be that guy. Okay, I want to be like Morpheus. Okay, I want to see the Matrix and just whoo, and Bruce Lee it. Be like water. Be like water. Water. That's what I want to be.
I guess
don't
you didn't
wanna
see the new trailer.
So excited. I'm excited. The new Matrix I'm so excited about. I can't. I mean, what's funny is, sorry, this is a tangent, but the hate that got from like the smart marks online was hilarious to me. Because I'm like, first of all, the people commenting on this are like younger than 30. So first of all, shut your mouth, know your role, and go sit with mommy and daddy. Okay. This is
They
where
weren't
the
even
big
around
kids
for the original one.
No, exactly. They weren't around from the beginning, which is laughable to me. Because first of all, in '99, when that broke, there's still a hole in the back of my head from it exploding from what happened in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep. And then everybody went to see the second one expecting the same thing, and were sorely disappointed. Unless they realized that their minds were already blown. You can't get blown twice by the same story.
You can't. You can't. You can't blow the mind twice. That's fair. Okay. And here's what's crazy. Sorry, I'm going to show the plausible foolishness. Nation, the empire. What sits?
Okay. Well, now
on-
I have to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bring it.
Yeah, there you go.
We are. Listen, that's first of all how old we are, and
Yeah.
secondly, how impactful the Matrix was. Okay, and
You
still
want to
is.
hear something funny?
What?
That writing
I think.
on the Matrix,
Yes.
those
those are orders in Mandarin for
That's-
food.
Jeez, I love that. Darn
Dude, I
Chinese
think-
got us again.
I think Dusty, on your end, you're doing the jungle thing.
No,
Jungle.
I've got it on grid.
So take it off grid.
Take it off grid. Take it off the grid, bro. Does that work? We got it?
I don't know.
Well,
'cause-
Dusty's
That's together.
I mean, you may not be showing up this episode, Dusty. I'm sorry.
Dusty, your face is so smooth. I mean, it might be breaking the algorithm right now. It's so smooth, it might be
possible.
breaking the algorithm.
It's possible.
But here's what I'm going to say about the Matrix before I say the one thing I was going to say. So, yes, you're right, Dusty. I'm like a freaking Pringles can. You can only have one. Get over yourself.
Can't
okay?
just have one. You can't just have one.
Bruh, I'm just going to make it simple. For everybody that was actually alive and actually like old enough to comprehend what was happening in the first Matrix, you get it. And if you got the first movie, you got the second and third movie. Because here's the problem. Everybody's like, oh, well the second and third movie sucked.
Wrong.
To who? To who? Here's
It
the
took
thing, kids.
Intellectual to intellectual
Yes.
to intellectual.
Like the problem is this. What people miss in the Matrix is they come in with this lowbrow, this is an action movie. No, it's not. If you watch the original Matrix, there's like 3 action scenes. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you got in the first one. The second one was like action heavy. Okay? It was crazy. It was action on steroids. But the movie is a philosophy movie.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It's a philosophy movie
Mhm.
that happens to have cool kung fu, action, and mind-bending special effects that still hold up today. I watched it the other day.
Well,
Okay.
in the first one, yes. In the
Yes.
second and third one.
Okay.
They got a little extra
Second-
CG.
Not so much.
The second one is very CG when he's having to fight all the
Yes.
Smiths. That's
But here's the
really
thing.
CG.
You know why that works? They're in a computer. So of course it's okay. You can pull it off. It can be super CG in the computer because he's bending the freaking rules of the machine, okay? So I'm going to defend it, okay? I'm a loyalist to the day I die with the Matrix. So when I saw the 4th trailer, I'm trying to say this in a very Christian way, how excited I was. My loins were burning. How about that? They were burning. My mental loins were burning because I'm that excited, that jacked up to see Keanu come back. What made me a little nervous, just a little, the only thing I will diss in the trailer that I saw was where in the world was Lawrence Fishburne? Did anybody see him? Anybody?
He didn't.
Anybody?
He didn't want to come back.
He's not going to be in there.
No.
The black dude is Morpheus. But
And
the name of the movie is Resurrections. Now, if you are a true Matrix fan, you know that in the MMO that came out, what's that?
He died in the game.
Yeah, in the MMO that came out, Morpheus died and Neo was rescued.
Yeah.
So this is just Morpheus reborn.
Yes.
In the movie called Resurrections. Along with
Trinity reborn.
Along with a reborn Carrie Ann Fisher Trinity.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is not such a terrible thing.
What I'm not, so again, I'm not against it. It just makes I want rebirth. I want actual Lawrence Fishburne. Okay. I watched John Wick's, all 3 John Wicks last week, and I just want a little bit more Lawrence. Okay.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
He is great.
I can honestly say this. I've not seen the 3rd John Wick.
Gotta see it.
It's good, actually.
I've seen the other 2.
I think it's actually better than the second one.
Thoroughly, but I've not seen the 3rd.
What's funny about the John Wicks is me and Charity watched all 3 in a row. I think the best story is obviously the first one. I think the second one is it's a really good pass off to the 3rd. The 3rd is like, if you break down the actual story of the 3rd, you can summarize that entire story in like 3 minutes. It's just unrelenting.
It's like a musical.
Yes, it's just an ass-kickery, guns blazing, awesome ride. So all the John Wicks are awesome.
Take an action movie, take out all the action. You've got about 3 minutes of story. Musical. If you watch a musical, take out all the music, you have about 3 minutes of story. It's the same thing, but just one sings, the other one shoots.
But you know what? The Matrix isn't an action movie. It's a freaking philosophy movie that happens to have some action. That's why people, when someone tells me, "Oh, the 2nd and 3rd suck," why? I always ask the question, why? Well, because it didn't make sense. Okay, you're a mental midget. You can't handle it. That's okay. Listen, God didn't give us all brains. Okay?
Speaking of mental midgets.
Yes.
Your point was?
My point was, okay, listen, I jumped on the program for one reason, boys, because I don't want to steal the thunder, okay? I don't want to steal the thunder.
This is our thunder, dude. This is our thunder, whether or not you're on temporary hiatus.
Listen, I understand, okay?
I'm going to start calling you Black Lightning.
Then I have to call you guys White Lightning.
You are the thunder.
Thunder. Anyways, so, sorry. I'm an AC/DC fanatic. I got 2 workouts in today. I'm a little jacked. I still have some energy drink in my system, okay? My mom's in town. I'm having a blast. I did a recreation.
Love that picture on Facebook, by the way.
I've been waiting for a month to do that recreation because I found that picture and I was like, how funny would it be for my mom to hold a 6'4", 440-pound man in her arms that she birthed? I'm just throwing that out there. Now, that being said, oh, Kamala. Okay, let me set the stage, and then I'm just gonna say it, and I'm gonna walk, and I'll be good. I'll be good the rest of the show. Okay, here we go.
No, you stay.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay right here the whole time. I know.
Yep.
Okay. Kamala finally made her first appearance in 2.5 months. Now, keep in mind, Kamala, the last time we actually heard from the glass-shattering, woman-inspiring,
cackling
Joker on her knees to the top. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Now, here's the deal. Vice President.
Okay, to be fair, she's been preparing for Halloween, okay?
To be fair. True. Okay.
Ah,
To be fair. Now, here's the thing. We haven't seen her since she said, I was in the room with Biden that when we made the plans to do what we did in Afghanistan. Now, when Afghanistan turned into a hot, flaming, nuclear waste factory bonfire, okay,
right.
she disappeared because it kind of looked bad that she was affirming
that she was in the room.
an S show. You're in the room affirming an S show. And don't get me wrong, kids, Afghanistan's still an F show. We are 19 days in. There are still Americans in Afghanistan.
And they are the people in Afghanistan are going around murdering all the people that were helping us, pulling them out of their homes, torturing them, and then shooting them.
If you have English on your phone, you get dead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that is the hot mess that nobody wants to talk about, because we'd rather talk about other things, but that's still going on. Now, Kamala finally came out of the bunker. And she didn't talk about Afghanistan. She didn't talk about the fact that the vaccines literally do nothing. The vaccines now should be called a therapeutic because they don't actually vaccinate you from anything. I mean, let's get real. If we use our brain power here, it's a therapeutic. We're not going to talk about inflation right now, which is insane. We're not going to talk about the fact that at the end of the month, Congress, well, they're actually quieting that talk since Biden's approval rating is abysmal right now. Newest poll that came out, literally newest poll that came out. This is how they framed it. They said that 47% of Americans think that Biden is mentally fit to run the country.
So 53%.
So what are they not saying? 53% of Americans think he's bat-ass crazy and has no ability to run this country, as proven by the last, what are we into this hellhole? 8 months now?
9 months.
Okay. Now,
honestly, I'm surprised it's that low.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that being said, she comes out. This is the first time she showed up. And guess what she wants to talk about?
Well, it couldn't be the border because that's a giant mess. Maybe the Emmys.
No. She wanted to talk about the border. She wanted to talk about now listen, she wanted to talk about the nasty images, because you can say facts all day long to a really stupid population and they don't get it. But if you show them a picture, changes the game.
Picture is worth 1,000 words.
If you see a $6.34 gas price in California, that kicks you in the nuts.
Yeah.
When you see thousands of people trying to jump on an airplane when it takes off, cognitively, you know that looks bad. When you see thousands of people, not like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 14,000 Haitians at the border, that starts to look bad, to the point where this administration banned any drones from filming this. But here's the image that
they even shot down several drones.
Yeah, right. But here's the image that really stuck with Americans over the weekend was cowboy mounted white guys wrangling up Haitians that strikingly looked like the Democrats of the 1800s when they would go hunt down black people.
Yeah.
Now, Kamala wants an investigation and figure out who let that happen. Pause.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Does she remember that she's in charge of the border? That she's been given that
I was just
task
going to ask the same thing.
to fix the border? Did she
Hey,
forget
hey,
that?
Maddie,
Does she have
hey, Maddie
dementia?
Cakes. Maddie Cakes. Ivory Tower.
Yeah.
Dusty. Newsflash. Walter Cronkite. She's in charge. She's the one. She is the border czar. She's the one that's supposed to handle this. She's the one. She is the one that was sent down to handle the border. Remember, she never went until Trump magically wanted to go to the border, and then she showed up. She has said nothing and done nothing about the border. You know how many people are coming into our country right now monthly? Look at that Lego man. That's a sexy Lego man. If I had one, I would rebuttal, Dusty. I wish the people could see that. 200,000 people cross the southern border every month since this administration got into power. How many months are we in now?
9 months.
8?
8 months. So
8?
close to 800, or no, close to 1 million.
That's over 1 million people have crossed illegally into our country.
Mm-hmm.
And now there is a literal encampment of Haitians sitting
So you're
at the
saying
border.
that like you're saying
Huh?
that like it's a problem. It's not a problem.
Well,
It's a
problem.
solution.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
It's
a
a
problem
problem.
that they're all living under a bridge right now.
Yes. They're all under a bridge getting chased down by cowboys, which looks really bad in an image. So bad that Kamala crawled off of her knees and got in front of us again to say that somebody needs to figure out who's responsible. How
An aide hands her a piece
poor-
of paper. Yeah.
You are the one in trouble.
I'm picturing.
You're the one in charge.
I'm picturing in the middle
You did it.
of the her speech that an aide walks up and hands her a piece of paper that says, "You're in charge. You're responsible."
Like, okay. I know that Democrats are not smart, and I'm not going to advocate for Republicans. They're not very smart. Okay. What's amazing to me in this entire situation is we have record inflation right now. The stock market is going to DICK. I won't say it out loud. I'll just spell it for you. It's going to poop right now as we speak. Let's talk about the border is completely open. There's nothing stopping anyone from coming across. Remember, they're terrified of Rona, which you guys are going to talk about, but they have not vetted anyone that's come across the border or vaccinated those people for coming across the border. They don't seem to be very worried about that.
Well,
Well,
they're
also-
exempt.
I also saw an article
They're
that said
exempt.
that the Democrats are going to abolish the debt ceiling. So
They're going to get rid of the
Trying
debt
to.
ceiling.
yeah, no biggie.
Do you think that's going to increase inflation even more? A little bit? Just a scotch?
Nah.
So- Like Afghanistan is literally crap. And I'm trying really hard not to cuss, boys, because I love Jesus and he has sanctified my tongue and I've got to work on this. But our country, and I'm not being hyperbolic, is going to shart. Okay? It is. It is literally, we are watching the managed decline of the United States of America.
Well, you know what? Actually, I think they stopped managing it, and now we're on the rocket ship of decline.
Oh yeah, we're just letting it die. We're just
Yep.
letting her die. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
they've
here's the
basically
thing.
got the pillow over America's face, and they're just
Yes.
pressing
Gotta
it real
pull the
hard.
gun with the sniper to cap one. It
Yeah.
like you know what I mean?
2 gunshots to the head, self-inflicted. You know. Yeah.
Double tap, suicided herself with a double tap. It's weird, like all the Hillary suicide. Anyways,
All the Hilleries, yeah.
it's so crazy. It's like people commit suicide with 2 bullets. I don't know how that's possible. But anyways, but why would they lie, Matt? Sorry. That is my new like
But
Like,
why would they lie?
So you know how like we look back at the Crusades and we're like, you know what? That was pretty bad. You know, like I understand why there was a defense of Spain. There was a pushback against the caliphate. Totally makes sense. Their solution was march on Jerusalem, lay waste to all this, and kick some ass, take some names. Okay. And I was like, yeah, that's a little extreme. I'm more about just protect your own borders guy. But I'm contemplating, like my mind's changing. My new crusade is pointing out how stupid that phrase is. But why would they lie? And what's amazing to me in the newest Kamala debacle is it is the biggest gaslight of all time.
Mhm.
To sit in front of the American people and say, man, I'm really concerned about those images. We got to figure out who's in charge.
You're the one in charge.
Cognitive people are going to look around and be like, am I taking effing crazy pills? Biatch, you are. You're the one. And she's going to have the gall to look at you and be like, well, it's not my fault. What? The border crisis? And it is literally the gaslighting of gaslighting of gaslighting. Is because it's like you guys have both seen Shang-Chi, right?
But listen, she hasn't been to Europe yet. You know?
No,
So
but
who
but think about
cares
this.
if she?
But it wasn't me.
You
But
know?
it wasn't me.
But it wasn't me. So you guys have seen
Wasn't in the
Shang-Chi, right?
shower. Wasn't me.
Y'all seen Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aquafina, her power was just sing a random song. It'll throw you off.
Exactly.
I wonder who's in charge. I'm just going to say the most ridiculously stupid thing possible and pretend that I'm not in charge so that you get thrown off the set so that I can screw up the country more. Like this is maddening. And what's amazing is the dumb, okay. The dumbest normie of all time will see a picture of a white guy on a cowboy horse chasing down a black dude, and they'll get pissed about it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they check in with Miss Kamala, she's going to be like, I got to figure out who's in charge. And those dumb SOBs will believe it because they're that dumb. They're dumb.
Well, because they didn't know. Like, they don't. We are here to tell them that she was in charge. She's the. They don't know who the borders are. They don't even know what a border czar is. You know?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. If you want to get away with murder, make sure everybody involved are retards. That's literally what it is. If you want to get away with murder, make sure the judge is a retard. Make sure that the jury is a bunch of retards. And I'm using the word retards, and I do not feel bad about it whatsoever. Okay? I love mentally handicapped people, but literally, if you want to get away with murder, you just got to make everybody so literally mentally retarded that they can't put together that you're indicting yourself. You're Aquafina them, like you're gaslighting them to the high heavens. We got to figure out who's in charge. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah. Sorry. That's all I had to say.
No, you're absolutely right.
A great show. Strong ones out. Just kidding. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well, we were also going to talk about you saw the well, okay, no. The truth is nobody saw the Emmys.
No.
But we got pictures of it and nobody's wearing a mask.
What?
In California.
No.
Well, except for the staff.
Wait.
Staff, of course, just like at the Met.
In Emmys history.
But that's impossible. LA County literally just put a mask mandate back up in place after Gavin Newsom rigged the election to stay in power.
Yeah.
So,
but they said no, but don't worry, it's okay because celebrities are exempt.
Yeah, celebrities and movie personalities are exempt from the mask mandate. Yes, Mr. Ray.
Why?
Because they're better than you, and you know it.
Okay, MJF, but here's the problem. They're not.
No, they're not. No,
they're
really
literal human
Yes, they are.
flesh
Don't
and
even try and
bone.
go there.
Listen, they're
Well, but,
human
I mean-
flesh and bone Muppets.
Well, but
They're
I mean,
literally Muppets.
don't you understand that their virtue signaling prevents them from getting COVID? That's why people like Anne Hathaway and Sierra and some other actress who I can't remember they're petitioning the UN to press upon the world's leaders that 70% of the world needs to take the jab. So, they're good people. They're good authoritarian tyrants, and that prevents them from getting the COVID, the Rona. Yes, strong one.
When's the last time you saw a Muppet pay your bills?
Oh,
Well, the time that
this side of never.
that I took my Muppet and made him, and put my hand up his butt and made him hand over the check.
When's the last time a Muppet like ran wire or built a building or did plumbing, mowed a grass?
Haven't you seen
produced food?
The Muppets Return?
They're called extras.
Oh, okay. When's the last time you saw a Muppet do anything of actual significance other than pretending to be someone they're not, like a Muppet?
See, now you're talking about politicians.
Those two, they're the same thing. But what? So if you're in LA County and you're just a regular jabroni, like I used to be when I lived in, the Palms there, right off Venice Boulevard, on the way to Venice Beach there in LA County, I would have to wear a mask everywhere and get vaccinated to go into places.
Yeah.
But Cher doesn't.
No.
Why?
Because they know exactly what this pandemic is all about, and they're just selling the fear, not the disease.
Got it.
And Technical Drum says money.
Oh, that little thing.
Yeah.
He definitely has a point there.
That's probably why me and my wife left that hellhole, aka Los Angeles, within 2 years and 1 month of living there. So yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we're ahead of the trend. So we're the cool kids. We knew the band before it got really crappy. Okay, you feel me? You feel me, dog?
Oh yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody watching in California, Florida's full.
Yeah, we're full.
We're good. We're full.
New Yorkers, we're full. Stop coming here. Just stop. Just stop coming. We are corona-ridden hillbillies, gun-toting, God-fearing.
Yeah, you don't want to be around us.
Face-eating meth heads. You do not want us at all.
So story time.
Technical Jump says, "Boo! I want out of Cali though." And like, okay, you can come. You can come.
No. Listen,
come on.
We're not pulling that
Empire. The Rube Empire is welcome in.
But listen. How immigration works is you go to the nearest port to asylum. The nearest safety place is Arizona.
Yeah, but Arizona,
Nevada, or Oregon. Take your pick. Clearest port of it. The what is the nearest port of entry?
Oregon's
That's
crazier.
Where you go.
Well,
that's
Oregon,
not my problem.
You can open carry now.
Listen, that's not my problem.
So what?
Listen, Technical Drum. I feel you, man. But go to Arizona or go to Nevada. Don't come to Florida. It's just too far. First of all, it's too far of a drive. It's a 3-day drive. Too far. It's warmer here. It's nicer, in my opinion, than California. I lived there for a long time. The weather's consistently the same temperature. It doesn't have the ridiculous variance of that desert where it's 50 degrees at night and 102 during the day. I don't have to wear chapstick 24.
There is absolutely no freaking way that the weather in Florida is better than the weather in.
Way better. Do you wear contact lenses? Well, you wear glasses. You don't know the pain.
You are 100.
You don't know the pain.
There's absolutely no way.
I could not wear contacts in California. It was so dry. I had to wear chapstick. I had to put, listen, first world problems. I had to put the faggoty lip balm on my lips when I was in
we
California.
just got canceled.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, did we? Sorry. I was talking
Yeah.
about cigarettes. I was talking about cigarettes in England. What are you talking about? That's what they call it. That's what they call them in England.
All
You know,
right,
I was
all
putting on
right,
the cigarette
all
lips.
right,
You know what I mean?
All right.
But my point is
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I'm unfiltered today. Okay, I'm gonna get in trouble. This is why I have to like go back in the shadows every once in a while,
No.
so I don't get this entire thing in trouble.
You're
all the
out of
time.
practice, is what you are.
Exactly.
But anyways, my point is this. Listen, just go to like Arizona. They've got their elections on lock over there. It's really nice. Same temperature. You know.
Deep
Arizona.
State says yes. Come to Oregon. Governor Kate Brown has been spectacular.
She's been great.
Yeah.
She's been great, man. Aren't they still rioting in Portland? Isn't that still going on?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just not worth talking about
Wow.
anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because, Trump
It's
isn't
like
in power.
Afghanistan. You know, just stop talking
So-
about it. You know.
You hear about what happened in the news today?
No.
Officially, the Rona surpassed the the 1918 flu, Spanish flu, in death tolls of Americans.
Only took 19 months, but yeah, keep going. Yeah, sorry.
Not including the Spanish flu, killed almost 50 million people in a little less than 12 months.
But how did it pass the numbers if it didn't? How did it?
Well,
do that?
There was this little thing going on right then. You might have heard of it, World War One.
Oh,
Mm.
Do you know why World War One ended?
why?
It wasn't because one country overrun the other. No,
Okay.
Spanish flu literally wiped out most of the army,
Oh,
of everybody's army.
it's crazy.
Spanish flu was so bad, it actually forced the countries to sit down and discuss peace.
Didn't
Set
have
up that
any
new
more,
world order.
No more bodies
League
to
of
throw.
Nations. Sorry.
No more bodies to throw at the wall into the meat grinder.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
they literally
We can't fight.
man. Hey, trench warfare is really noble. It's really noble. Mustard seed's really cool. Yeah, keep going.
Mustard gas.
so
No, sorry,
yeah.
mustard seed,
yeah.
gas, whatever it is. League of Nations, good stuff. Precursor to the new world order.
500
Keep going.
500 million people contracted Spanish flu.
That's
50
crazy.
million people died.
Oh, okay.
So 500 million. That's what was that? Quarter of the Earth's about a quarter of the Earth's population at the time.
Wow.
Time out of the field. How many people worldwide have died from Rona?
Oh, what was it 3 million?
50 million?
How did?
Really? I don't think
Wait.
it was a quarter of
As
the Earth's
of-
population.
500 million
Oh, 500
is
worldwide.
how many
Okay.
worldwide.
So we were at 2 billion around then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got busy. Get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Good job, China and India. Okay, keep on. Sorry.
So we have these numbers of now Corona has killed more people in the United States than the Spanish flu.
Mm.
Well, the numbers that they don't count were all the ones from World War One happening in Europe.
Oh.
Yeah, you missed the, what was it, almost 1.5 million people that we sent to Europe. Yeah, most of them died.
Huh.
How many
Yeah.
how many variations on the Spanish flu were there?
Don't know. They didn't have the technology then to determine the difference between them.
Or maybe they just calculated the flu seasonally, like they do the flu every year.
No way! Is that why it only lasted 12 months?
Possibly. And then
Instead of the
so
2 years
again
that they've
another
been
way
keeping
that
track for Rona?
what's that?
Like the 2 years that they've been tracking it for Rona?
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, but I have a question. Doesn't Rona have 5 comorbidities to the average corona death?
I thought it was 4 plus.
Yeah. It's 4+.
4+. Sorry,
Which-
4+.
The plus could mean all sorts of stuff. Like
Oh, okay.
LGBTQ plus.
So of the reported deaths, how many are exclusively Rona?
4% of the number that is commonly thrown about.
Got it.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm sorry, man.
4% of 3
sorry.
million.
That's
4%
like
of 3 million.
that's like being the guy on the team. Like, I'm gonna use a football term and be like, yeah, man, our team rocked yesterday, man. We had 500 yards of total offense. I'm awesome. Awesome, bro. How many yards did you run? 10. 10, bro. I had 10 yards, one play, baby. My dad was so proud. Sorry, I had to dumb it down. I didn't want to get too intellectual.
500 yards. 500 yards.
Total offense for the team.
2.
I got 2 of them. Yes. Sorry. Keep going, guys. Football season.
I just wanted. They're all. Oh! It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, even if you take into account that Spanish flu was only tracked for 12 months, and Rona is now, what are we, 18, 19 months, almost 20 months of Rona.
Well, no, I mean, not really. Because, like, it started in November of 19, right?
Well,
December of 19, yeah.
In China.
In
China.
Okay.
Started in November.
Okay.
China.
Technically got here in January.
Yeah. But
because we were talking about it in January.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 months. So 19 months of Rona, 12 months of Spanish flu, 500 million worldwide, 50. And by the way, these numbers are coming from the WHO. I'm not making this up.
YouTube's still going to ban you for it. Misinformation. You can't use real statistics.
How dare I go to the New York Times and look up the WHO statistics that they published to compare Corona to Spanish flu, H1N1. So we have these two things.
Okay, yeah, I got the image.
Oh, you got the image? Great. Okay.
Throw it up there, bro.
I just did.
So comparing these two things, coming from the June of this year from the WHO, these numbers don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're jury rigging these numbers to make Rona the scariest thing on the planet, yet it hasn't even come close to N1H1.
Mm-hmm. So we got in the image we got a comparison. So we got H1N1 versus SARS-CoV-2. The source of the virus, avian and a bat, or a lab in Wuhan.
Or a lab in Wuhan.
Yeah, first identified among military personnel in Fort Riley, Kansas, U.S., or Wuhan, China. Began in early March 1918 and the end of December 2019. Period of the pandemic, 1918 to 1919. COVID-19, 2019 to question marks.
Still going.
It's a raging party. Most affected groups for Spanish flu, kids under 5 years, people in the 20 to 40 age group, and people greater than 65 years. Most affected group, most adults over 65 years with underlying health conditions initially, but spread to all age groups for COVID-19. Number of people infected, around 500 million. In COVID-19, as of June 4th, over 172 million. Number of fatalities, at least 50 million. And for COVID-19, over 3 million as of June 4th. Both spread through respiratory droplets by coughing, sneezing, or talking, through physical human touch, coming in contact with a surface object that could possibly have the virus on it, and then touching his or her eyes, nose, or mouth. Woo! Strong one. Thank you for paying your taxes, bruh. Anyway, even the kings pay taxes for free by using Twitch Prime.
Hey, listen, man. I haven't done it in a while. I thought you might as well throw in my 2 cents.
So it's a really misnomer to say that COVID, Corona, whatever you want to call it, is more deadly than Spanish flu of the 1918.
But listen, here's the kicker: control efforts for Spanish flu: isolation, quarantine, good personal hygiene, use of disinfectants, closing schools, suspending public gatherings. Control efforts for COVID: isolation, quarantine, and personal hygiene, use of sanitizers and disinfectants, closing schools, public places, companies, and instating work from home, suspending public gatherings, social events, travel restrictions. And there are no vaccines for the Spanish flu, and there are at least 8 vaccines by different companies in use today across the world, and many more are in the pipeline for COVID-19.
Yes.
Clearly, a disproportionate response. Thank you, Deep State, also for paying your taxes voluntarily. Your liege lords thank you.
Deep State?
Deep State says, I am a patriot, and remember, you can't spell patriot without R-I-O-T. Riot.
So, I just want to make sure that people remembered that there's more to the statistics, and especially the history, than just, 500 million, 50 million. You forgot about the 12 million people that died in World War I.
Mm-hmm.
That they account to war deaths, not to Spanish flu deaths. Why? Because they didn't track it. You died fighting, you died there. They don't care if you froze to death, got shot, or died from dysentery. They don't care. It's just, all right, he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it.
You're a soldier, you're dead from the war.
Yeah, exactly.
On top of that, like we said, the ridiculous way that they're continuing to track COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that we're just going to keep stacking it up because we need you to be afraid. Fear the virus.
Fear. No, Ray. No.
I don't know how hardcore of football fans you guys are, but it's been really scary watching these empty stadiums.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All year
just doesn't
with
feel right.
No one watching football, because
the crowds of 3 to 5 people shouting "F Biden."
Yeah, it's insanity. It's just really sad to see our country
wackos
be lulled into fear.
Yeah, those 5 or 5, was it 4 to 5 people? Oh, 40 to 50,000 people. Excuse me.
What?
Yeah, so at Happy Valley, which is in the middle of Pennsylvania, for the Penn State Auburn game, for their whiteout, they had 105,000 people packed into that stadium to watch the Nittany Lions beat War Eagle. I don't know if you saw some of the other games. The Swamp was completely packed for Alabama, Florida. LSU packed out.
Full.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's what's amazing to me. We talk about this all the time. This is what gives me a little bit of hope in this madhouse that is the United States of America for the 6 years it's going to exist still. Every empire falls after 250 years. But here's the thing, boys. When I see the U.S., I see a paper stretch hard to try to make Rona terrifying. I'm going to just tell you something really honest. Papers and journos and media people, nobody reads papers. They don't. You know why? Because no offense, we're much dumber now. So like even really highly educated cats like us on Plausible Foolishness that can break down statistics for you, you don't care about statistics. You don't care. You don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care about facts. If you believed in facts, there would be 90% of things that happen. You wouldn't care about it. You know what jabroni, average Joe, slapdick sees and believes? Pictures, images, and experiences. When you watch Biden say, I lose my patience, and the following day, Tampa Bay Stadium is completely packed out for Tom Brady, it shows you the power that they have at this point. And what's funny is they need tyranny. They need misinformation because the misinformation isn't working anymore. There's only so long you can keep the fear porn up because eventually it's not scary anymore. Okay.
It's
like
true. You
Jaws
become
was a very,
desensitized.
I mean, listen, Jaws was a very, very scary movie and scared people from the beach for a long time. Okay. And guess what happened? People remembered a thing called bikinis. And magically, they showed back up to the beach because my desire to see hot chicks is way more powerful than the possibility of a shark getting me. Think about being Floridians. We live close to the shark capital of the world, New Smyrna Beach. You know what's weird? I still go to Ponce Inlet, which is just north of there. I see sharks every time I go there. You know what happens every time I go to the beach?
Smyrna.
Guess what? Every time I go, it gets a little hot. And I can't just stand on the sand. I got to get in the water. I don't care if there's a shark out there. And guess what? The same thing happens. You can be scared for a little bit of time, but then you start looking around and realizing, man, it's weird. Nobody I actually know is dying from Rona.
Wow.
And what's crazier is I get it, and I don't even feel it. And then you're like, wait a minute, maybe this is bull crap. And what's crazier is this, they don't have a pulse of the nation because you can flip through any of the alphabet networks, ABC, CBS, CBS. Me and my wife were doing this the other day, and it's Rona, 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 Rona. 5 minutes later on Saturday, that football, that pigskin gets kicked off. And then you look in the crowds, and holy shiza, it's packed to the gills.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Except for the blue states.
But here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. When LSU played UCLA, Pasadena was packed. Pasadena was completely packed.
Right.
Okay.
That's in
California.
Tennessee, right?
No.
It's in
California.
California. Oh.
No. California.
Packed?
So packed, which is shocking
Matter.
as a former strength and conditioning coach at UCLA because we never had a packed house, but for LSU, they were there. But partly that was because half the crowd was LSU fans. The SEC traveled. Now, here's my thing. What's amazing. This is what's crazy. There's all these F Joe Biden things happening all over. And what's funny to me, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but all the people that said F Trump, Orange Man bad, are now incensed that college kids and normal people who watch football, drink beer, eat meat, live in normal America, and are not afraid of Rona, are telling our, I can't say this with a straight face. Sorry, I'll whisper it. Our president to piss off. You can't deny the images. You can show people the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, Dusty. I think you're 100% right. They're stretching this to the nines. But you know what's even more powerful? Looking at a completely packed out stadium to watch the Gators almost pick off Alabama. To watch an entire packed out stadium, to watch my mighty Notre Dame Fighting Irish thinned off Purdue. That is powerful, okay? It's powerful to watch. What? Did I say it wrong?
Purdue, yeah.
Oh, Purdue. I'm sorry, Purdue. Got it.
Yeah.
I always mix those up. Now, here's the crazy thing.
They got good chicken, though.
Like, here's what's going to be devastating to this administration and to the reality of the situation. You can only keep the fear porn up for so long, and it's already going away.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like any addiction, drug, pornography, whatever, you literally
Scary movie.
have to get a bigger dopamine hit every single time. And the dopamine hit's not big enough.
Nope.
There's not enough people dying.
No,
Look at every horror film ever
And
made.
it's not just that; it's everything. It's like it's the border that we talked about earlier. It's Afghanistan. All of these things are piling up and piling up and piling up, and they're making the case themselves that they're awful, that they're terrible, and that Trump was the right choice.
Like, here's what's crazy. Do you really think Trump's bad when you see a $6 gas price in California?
No.
But
No, they don't think that's bad. They don't think that's bad.
Look, how do you blame Donald Trump when there's white boys on horses wrangling up Haitians at the border during the Biden administration?
Never saw that
How do you do
during
that?
his abysmal border policies.
Sure. But you know what's funny is people didn't try Trump like this. You wouldn't have people come into the border because you knew that he would make you stay in Mexico.
But they're not,
that was
they're not
policy.
trying Biden. They're coming at his behest.
100%.
Whether
But
or not
here's the other thing too.
Kamala went down to Guatemala and told him not to come. They know.
Yeah.
They know that the Democrats want to give them asylum, want to give
come
them
down.
citizenship.
Yes. And they want you to go through Texas because that is one of the last strongholds that are preventing them from complete and total control.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. You don't see how many images of Trump wars did you see?
None.
None. There wasn't one.
In fact, even if Trump tried to start a war, now we found through General Milley, it wouldn't have happened anyways because they didn't actually respect the commander-in-chief, which is treasonous, which is weird that he's still in power. But
Did you hear?
we'll leave that one
Did
alone.
you hear Trump on Glenn Beck today?
No,
He called-
I've got it saved in my.
He called Milley a dope. He's like, I knew he was
dope,
a dope
yeah.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But here's the thing. Here's the Trump knock, which it doesn't come out of my mouth very often. The swamp is very deep.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you know that these people are morons, and he appointed many morons, let's get real.
Yep.
At some point, like, you got to burn the thing down
Yeah.
and put people in that are going to do it, even if they're not quote unquote qualified. Trump wasn't qualified, and he's doing a great job. What's magical in DC is all the unqualified people kick ass. All the people that are qualified suck. And that's kind of the reality of the situation, right? So, but
You mean like Joe Biden?
Yeah. Like, how many images do you have to see a fumbling geriatric dementia guy to realize that he's not actually in control?
Yeah.
How many images do you need to see of no Kamala anywhere? And the only time you see her, she's cackling for you to realize she's a complete moron.
Bimbo.
And that's why we
Bimbo.
titled this episode, Are You Seeing It Yet? Are you?
Nah. Hey, but guys, listen, here's the good news.
But
You know what I'm not
But if
saying
you get
right now?
vaccinated, you're protected. The people that are spreading it are the unvaccinated, even though the vaccinated can spread it too, but
6 times more
it
effectively.
doesn't get nearly as bad. But the vaccinated and the unvaccinated and the which one?
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Hey
Huh?
guys, do you guys remember
Hands
when the
up.
polio vaccine? Hey, do you remember when the polio vaccine helped spread polio 6 times more effectively? Do you guys remember that?
No,
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's strange, but
or the measles
Completely
vaccine,
unrelated, though. Completely unrelated.
completely unreal. But to
or
your
the chicken
point-
pox vaccine.
To your point, what happened to those federal mandates all of a sudden? Those have magically gotten really quiet. Y'all notice that, especially in red states? I mean, they needed the distraction. I get it, right? Like, all the tough talk, like we're losing patients. Who cares? No one cares.
Oh, yeah.
You
this
can
is,
say we're losing patients. Go ahead.
This is beta male Biden pretending to be
Yes.
an alpha. Just like he did when he
Yes.
said he was going to take Trump. He wanted to take Trump behind the woodshed, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, guys, remember he was going to be tough on Putin until he actually had to go face to face with Putin, and then he laughed and was scared.
Yeah.
Like, remember this, guys. So, like, this is what I'm getting at is, like, here's the thing: the images are too powerful to ignore. You can't ignore pictures of Haitians getting rounded up by border people. Now, here's the thing. Do I think it's now, here's the thing. The Democrats are doing it, but do I think it's an intrinsically racist situation? No. The problem is those Haitians wouldn't even try to cross the border, because here's the deal with immigration. You go to the next country over. Haiti to America is not a close jump. Haiti to Texas specifically is not very close. There's
Haiti to Mexico. Haiti to Mexico to cross the border into America.
Yeah.
There's
a country called Mexico in between that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're coming across from Mexico. So they could have sought asylum in Mexico, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. I guess French and Haitian doesn't translate well in Spanish. Now, here's the thing. What's crazy to me is that's a bad image. You can't run from that. The image of thousands of people under a bridge looks horrible.
It does.
Okay? The image of 7 innocent children getting drone striked by the geriatric guy with the bomb looks very bad.
Super bad.
The image of 13 soldiers getting carted past you and you're looking at your watch looks very bad. Okay? When you say, come on, man, and freeze for 45 seconds on interviews and can't distinguish Syria from Libya, it looks really bad. When I go to my gas pump and I normally was paying $20 per gallon and now I'm paying 35, that looks really bad. When all of a sudden I can't go to Zaxby's and get a cookie because nobody works at Zaxby's anymore, that looks really bad. Like all these images.
We went to Red Robin and they told us you can't get grilled chicken because there's a national chicken shortage.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and they didn't have ice cream. They didn't have ice cream either. Their deal is burgers and shakes.
Chick-fil-A has their own production company for their chicken.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chick-fil-A.
Well, Chick-fil-A's smart.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, they are. Well, okay. On that note, are you seeing it yet? We hope that you are. If not, wake up. You've been watching Plausible Foolishness, home of the Rube Empire, where the people are free, the taxes are voluntary, and we serve freshly roasted, not chicken, but liberal logic every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right here at 9:30 on twitch.tv/plausible. What?
I'm saying it with you.
Yeah, you're screwing me up.
.tv/plausible foolishness. Come on.
Yeah, you screwed me up.
Finish it out.
You screwed me up. YouTube and Facebook Live, anywhere you can get a podcast, Instagram and minds.com, also Rumble. Peace out. There we go.
My mother told me someday I would buy dollies with good oars and sails to distant shores. Stand up high in the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course for the havens. Too many foemen, too many foemen, too many foemen.
Tens of thousands on my right, thousands by my side. War between good and evil, watching our fists collide. Battle for our freedom now, to the streets we ride. Flags waving all around, pages full of pride. This is what we make a stand.